Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, we're going to talk about what happened in Chicago. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. Everybody is talking about this, and I have a feeling it's going to be a topic for a while. But there's something that I don't believe is going to be discussed a lot. And it's the use of that strobe. That strobe, that light, that flashing light. It is all the rage right now. And it's a good tool. It is a great tool. If one of those is being shined at you, it's very hard to tell how many people you're up against. It's very disorienting. In low light situations, it is hard for your vision to adjust. It's a great tool. However, you don't use it the same way you would use a constant light. You have to shine it in a different place. Normally, under normal circumstances, with a constant beam of light, you shine it center mass. With this, you shine it in the eyes. The other thing, and the more important thing in this situation, is that while it is incredibly disorienting to the person it is being shined at, it also limits the ability of the person using it. That is why most trainers will say if you're going to use one, you need a second officer shining constant light on the suspect. That way you don't believe that movements that are actually occurring relatively slowly are occurring quickly, because your brain isn't filling in the gaps where the light is off. I'm very curious about whether or not this officer had ever been trained in the use of this thing, or if he just bought a new gadget and put it on his weapon and went out there on the street. I have a feeling that strobe has more to do with what happened than people are going to acknowledge. If you're using one of these things, if you have one, understand you don't use it like a normal light. If you do, what you saw in that video is what is going to happen. When it flips off and comes back on, every time it flips off, your brain fills in the gaps. This information I'm saying about having a second person shining the light, it's one of those things, yeah, it's in a lot of the manuals as far as the tactical manuals on how to use this. I looked. It's also in police magazines that are online. I do not know if this officer was trained in how to use that, but it doesn't appear that they were. Understand that all of these little gadgets that are now finding their way into local police departments, they were developed for specific purposes. Using them outside of those purposes because it's cool doesn't lend to getting the best results. "13 years old, and certainly from what we can see on that video, appeared to have his hands up. If I am the civilian oversight there in Chicago, I want to know how many officers have those strobes on their weapons and how many were trained to use them. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.